Hello, Marky Dragon, also known as Marcus Eikenberry in real life, and in my YouTube inbox, I received a message from Sven. And he has a follow-up question to my video about how to successfully go bankrupt. And he says that he recently saw the video about how to go bankrupt, and there I was saying the most common cause of going bankrupt is because of medical bills. On the other hand, most of the American people are against Obamacare. I'm curious, why is this? I live in Germany, and over here, medical insurance is mandatory for every citizen. Wouldn't it be better for Americans to have insurance to avoid bankruptcy because of medical bills? I would love to hear your opinion on the topic. Well, I just happen to, normally I stay out of more political realms like this, but let me just say that if each person were to, and I have to be really careful here because the quickest way to piss off all of your viewers is to have political views that are not the same as theirs. Unless you want to make a political show, and then that is the, the drumbeat to your whole show, and And I'm not a very openly political guy, except that I do believe in politics, and I do believe that one day I might actually get involved in politics. I might actually, feel the need to run for an office, and but for my own personal stance on those things, if I were going to run for office, I'd have to already be rich so that I could do it without getting a paycheck, and so that it's not a matter of the money or of who can be influenced by whatever position that I have or anything like that. It'd be all about getting in there and doing the right thing for the people. And anyway, so you can tell I put some thought into this, and I would love to do something like that, but I'm not in a position in my life to be able to do that because I believe that it requires financial autonomy, to where you have all your finances taken care of, and no matter what happens, you're like retired, and you're not going to run out of money. So anyway, on this Obamacare thing, this has really been a hot potato here in the United States, and there are a lot of good reasons for it, and there are a lot of good reasons against it. And honestly, I, being self-employed and being a small company, let's say, really, my company consists of one person, me. I do work with other companies and provide functions for them, but I'm not an employee of any company, which means that before the time of Obamacare, I would seek to get medical insurance from whatever company I was employed with, and most companies would offer that as an incentive for why you would want to work for them. Well, it would cost them quite a bit. It would cost them somewhere between, well, I can say that our previous company, I think we were paying $600 to $800 a person per month in total. And we started out paying that whole thing for everybody. But as times got leaner and everything, we hit recession and stuff, the employees were required to pay a portion of it. And I hated doing that, but it just was, the company just didn't have enough money to do it anymore. So Obamacare comes along and says, okay, we are going to force everyone to get insurance, or you are going to be fined. And I don't know what the fine is, but I know that that's what is stated, is that if we don't have this coverage by, I don't know, March of this year, something like that, that we then can be taxed additionally by the IRS. And we've been looking at the plans because we are my family is the perfect candidate for one of these plans. And I can tell you that that all of a sudden I'm going to have to spend more than 10% of my income on this insurance, and as it stands right now, so I have to pay more than 10% of my income on this insurance, and I'm forced to do this. I don't know what the fine is. I don't know what the other side is, and I guess as Americans, it's land of the free. We have all these different freedoms and rights, which many other countries don't have. We have more freedom than Germany. We have more freedom than many other places. And I'm not saying Germany is a bad place. Not at all. You guys have a system. It works well for you. And I believe that we have more rights here. And this really, the reason that Americans have so much problem with this is because we're being told you buy this or you be punished. And that doesn't feel right in American culture. So now what would work better is if we were just taxed for this, and that it was a national health insurance that would, require a payment from each one of us. And by requiring this payment from each one of us, in our taxes, it's distributed evenly based upon your income. And so somebody who doesn't make very much money could get the same health care as someone who's frickin' rich. And now the person who's filthy rich could then buy supplemental insurance on top of whatever is offered. There's some problems with that, because like in my friends in Canada who I talked to about insurance, that for a different types of appointments, like I have this one friend who his girlfriend was having some problems, and so they tried to make an appointment, and it took a month to get in and get seen, and it turned out she had cancer. And the whole thing of it taking a month when something is wrong to get in and get seen, especially with cancer, a month is a huge amount of time. And the quicker you see it, the better. Now, here in the United States, they will see you like right away. And now, if you are dying of cancer and you walk into an emergency room and you don't have any insurance, they will treat the symptoms, but they can't cure your cancer. So it's just also convoluted. The fact is that, yes, I believe everyone should have some form of health insurance. And it's very important to society to be healthy. And but when you force people to pay for it, then it's a different thing. But at the same time, can you turn away somebody who is sick and doesn't have money? I don't think you should. I think that they need to be taken care of equally as much as somebody who has all the money in the world. And now somebody who has all the money in the world may be able to receive a higher level of care because they have all this money, and they may be able to try different things. But there should be a standard that goes across everything. And I tell you that we have not chosen yet our insurance that we're going to be using with this. I can't, there's 100 different insurance policies to choose from, and they're all very complicated and very complex. And when you compare them against each other, it's really hard to see the differences. And there's just really some key indicators on it of like, okay, this is how much you're going to be paying, this is how much your deductibles are going to be, and this is how much your buy-ins, because they have amounts that you have to reach of how much you pay out before the insurance starts paying. And and then what I've been trying to figure out now is whether or not they have caps, limitations. And so if they have these limitations that say, well, if we've paid out $1 million for your health care, we stop. that to me, I would rather pay a little bit more, and those people who need more money get their continued health. It's really big in the United States right now about how AOL was gonna, make changes and everything, and the CEO pointed out that they had two cases where what they called babies in distress that both cost over $1 million, and I don't know what the complications were with those, but those babies are healthy now and happy and normal from what I can see. There was complications and it cost a whole lot of money. And should money be the ethical determination between who gets care and who doesn't, and and how much care do we get, and stuff. And I don't know if in Germany if it caps out at all, but and I don't know if it's run by the state, and what kind of quality of care do you get. Here we get to choose a lot of ours, and I know in some countries you don't get to choose. Some countries don't even have healthcare systems. So anyway, is it a good move overall? I think Obamacare is a good move overall, but do I have disagreements with portions of it? Yes. I don't like the idea of being forced to do certain things, and what I'd rather is that they make it available to us and we're able to take advantage of it. And maybe look at it the flip side way around. Instead of penalizing us if we don't do it, that we actually get a tax credit if we do it, and give it an incentive instead of fear for getting everybody in this. So Sven, thank you for the question. I hope that answers some of your stuff. I can tell you that I don't know all the inner workings of the whole political dynamic between the healthcare system and Obamacare and all of that, but this is just my interpretation on it, and what my experience has been so far. So thanks again, and if you have questions for me, I'll even answer some of the oddball stuff like this. Feel free to send them to my YouTube inbox here, and check out my other channel. I do a lot of gameplay on my other channel. There's a link in the description. I know you want to go see it. I'm Marky Dragon. Take care.